Good morning. I'm R. Shanti Prabha, Assistant Professor of Computer Science. Today we are seeing about and the characters of big data and why we are using the big data and how it's differ from the other datas and big data sources. So first one is the introduction. So the big data is a very big thing in the IT field, and in the 21st century the big data is plays a very big role, and the big data is used in the Google, eBay, LinkedIn and Facebook and all. From beginning the big data's performance is very important, and like many new information technologies, big data can bring about the dramatic cost reductions, substantial improvements in the time required to perform a computing task or a new product and service offering. And what is big data? Big data is a smaller to big data is a similar to small data, but bigger in size. But having the data bigger, it requires different approaches like techniques, tools and architecture. The aim of the data is solve the new problems and old problems in the better way. And big data generates value from the storage and processing of a very large quantities of digital informations that cannot be analyzed with the traditional computing techniques. And the next one is a what is big data. And Walmart handles more than 1 million customers transaction every hour, and Facebook handles 40 billion photos from the users base, and decoding the human genome originally took 10 years to process, and now it can be achieved in 1 week. It means the 1 million customers or transactions will be stored in data. It's considered as a big data, as well as the Facebook users of a billion 40 billion photos are used and transactions, and these bases is called big data. And similarly, so today's big data is tomorrow's normal data, like and big data is like V3's. It means it's three characteristics of big data are volume, velocity and variety. Volume is a data quantity. Volume is describe the data quantity, and velocity is describes the data speed, and the variety is describes the data types. The first one is a volume. So the PC might have had only 10 gigabytes of the storage in 2000, and today's Facebook in 500 terabytes of new data every day. And So that is the smartphone and the data that create the consumes the sensors embedded into everyday objects will soon result in billions of new consistently updated data feeds containing environmental location and other informations including the videos. So that is the volume. And next one is a velocity. Click streams and ad impressions captures using behavior at billions of events per second, and high frequency stock trading algorithms reflect marketing changes within the microseconds, and a machine to machine process exchanging the data between the billion of devices, and infrastructures and sensors generate a massive log data in real time. And online gaming systems supports a billion of concurrent users, uh, each producing the multiple inputs per seconds. This is the velocity. And third one is the variety. As a big data not as dates and strings. Big data is also geospatial data, 3D data, audio and video, and unstructured text, including log files and social media. And traditional database systems were designed to address a smaller volumes of structured data, fewer updates, or predictable and consistent data structure. Big data analysis includes different types of data and storing the big data. So analyzing your data characteristics, selecting the data sources, and for analyzing, eliminating the redundant data. So what is that meaning? The redundant data means it's a duplications. It means already we get a original data, and again we are get the same data as the previous one. That is called the duplicate data or redundant data. And establishing the role of SQL. Overview of the data sources is a data models, key value, graph, document, column family, Hadoop distributed file system, HBase, and HIT. And selecting big data stores, choosing the correct data sources based on your data characteristics, moving code to data, implementing polyglot data store solutions, aligning business goals to the appropriate data source, and processing big data, integrating disparate data sources is a mapping data to the programming framework, connecting the extracting data from storage, transforming data for processing, dividing data in preparation for Hadoop map reducing. Employing Hadoop map reducing means is creating the components of a Hadoop map reduce jobs and distributing data processing across a server farms, and executing Hadoop map reduce jobs, and finally monitoring the progress of a job flaws. And the next one is the structure of a big data. Is a three types of structures are available. It's a structured, a semi-structured, and unstructured. Structures means it's a most traditional data sources. That is a structured data is like only the traditional data are occupied, and semi-structured means is so many sources of a big data. So semi-structured data means it's not fully structured, so that is called the semi-structured data. And unstructured data means data or video data and audio data, because the for example Facebook means so much of videos and audio data are uploaded uploaded by the millisecond, so though that is a unstructured data. So why big data? So growth of big data is needed. Why means is increase the storage capacity, increase the processing power and availability of a data. So the every day we create is a 2.5 quadrillion bytes of data. 90% of data in the world today has been created in the last 2 years alone. So why this is the concept for creating the big data. And why big data means FB generates a 10 terabyte daily, and Twitter generates a 7 terabyte of data daily, and IBM claims 90% of today's stored data was generated just the last 2 years. So why, that is the answer of the why big data. And how is big data different? So automatically generated by a machine, and example sensor embedded in the engine, and typically an entirely new source of data, use the use of the internet, and not designed by the friendly it's like text streams, and may not have much values, is needed to focus on the important part. So the big data is already I said the big data means is today's normal data, sorry, today's big data is tomorrow's normal data, because all the IT companies and Facebook, Twitter, all of us is depended on the big data, because the data is saved more and more in the databases, so they are needed the big data. So that's why they are the term is today's big data is tomorrow's normal data. So That's why we are using the big data. Thank you so much.